Hello, post-production Jake. Really quick, just wanted to say that I did what I usually do for this Music of the Week thing, which is I usually say what a band genre is while I'm talking about the album. I didn't do that for While She Sleeps, but people know they're sort of metalcore leaning hardcore punk sort of act, so I thought I'd get that out of the way right now. They're the only band I forgot to do it for, which is weird because, as you'll see why, I really like that album. But, they're my favourite band as well, and you would think I would have remembered that for the video, but I didn't, so just saying it now to get out of the way. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Music of the Week. Again, it's another late one, and, not really going to try and waste too much time. Got 6 albums to go through, as is the usual, so let's go through them as quick as I can does do. We begin with Boundaries and their newest album, Death is Little More, which is a badass album title, my god. This is a metalcore leaning band with some good hardcore punk vibes. And getting this straight up a B+, I think it has some really good elements to it. I think it's got good heaviness. I think it does have some nice atmosphere elements, but I think that's my sort of main problem with the album, is that it doesn't really lean into those too much. It does have that versatility within the sound, which I quite like, and it doesn't really have a lot of clean vocals, which is not a problem at all. I like that it sticks with the harsher vocals and like the heavier overall style, but it can feel a bit difficult to determine which song's which at points, and they don't really do a whole lot unique with the main thing. I think the performances are really good. I like a lot of the riff work too. Like, the drumming on this thing is absolutely fantastic. Really good production as well. I like that it's got a really clear focus of where it wants the sound to go. And again, I do wish it leaned more into its unique element that it does showcase on occasion through the album, but all in all, solid on that front. Solid lyricism as well about, existentialism and depression. Happy fun times. So, yeah, no, just really good stuff. Really liked it. Next we have Brat and their new album Social Grace. This is also a sort of metalcore act, but more hardcore punk slash power violence, or as this band calls it, bimbo violence, which is one of my favourite unofficial terms for a music genre besides grunge rock. And grunge rock examples would be bands like Hot Water Music, Pissed Jeans, Spanish Love Songs, basically bands with lead vocalists who sound like grizzled old men despite being people just in their 30s. Giving this one an A-. Really enjoyed this one. I thought the performances were amazing, especially lead vocalist Natalie Miller, I think her name is. She's absolutely fantastic. The entire band's just really, really good. I do like the lyrical themes of classism and societal breakdown. You do have to kind of dig a bit for that, though. And also, it's not a very long album, which is one of my few slights against it. It doesn't really have a lot of... It doesn't waste a lot of time, granted, but it doesn't give itself enough time to waste, if that makes any sense. But I do appreciate that it gets straight to the point. Production's pretty good, too. It's mostly the band that are just fucking working their asses off and selling it for me. I think that's one of the bigger factors of the album. Riffs, I will admit, don't feel super duper unique, but, I do like some good grindcore punk power violence, aka bimbo violence in this case. And this is a band I've heard a little bit about before, and it was really nice to just sit down and actually listen to their shit. So, if you want to start with this band, if you've heard anything good about them, this is a good place to start. And also, they call their style bimbo violence, which is fucking amazing. Next, we have Chastity Belt with their new album, Live, Laugh, Love. I hate how wide that phrase is. Still really good indie rock, very vibey and mellow. I'm giving it a B+. I just liked the charming, sort of comforting feel that the album gave me, which I think shows nicely in the production. It does have some good themes as well of love, I think, and just trying to get through the trials of life. The performances are really nice as well. It's just a really nice album. It's just very pleasant to listen to, very pleasant to sit down with. It doesn't vary a lot from what I expect from the genre, but, it's just nice. It's just a very kind album. It's not super exceptional in any way, I will admit, and, some of the songs can sort of blur on occasion, but it does have a lot of really good standout moments. Production's nicely layered. I do like the band's charm as well. It just comes naturally to them. Good writing and some pretty good riff work too. So I can recommend this if you just want to chill for a few. This is a good album for chilling. Next is The Last 10 Seconds of Life with their new album No Name Graves. Now, this is a band who I covered their last album, their self-titled album, and I'm bringing that up because that would be the last album with 3 members. They changed 3 of the band's 4 members for this one, and I think that's why I'm giving this one the lowest grade of the episode, but it gets a B. So this was just a really good bit of deathcore. It doesn't really do a whole lot new for the genre. I think that's down to the production. I think the production on this is a bit too clean, especially in the the last third of the album. It doesn't really feel like the production lets the sound get as raw as it should be. But the new members fit in nicely, especially new vocalist Tyler Beam. Like, I did like original vocalist John Cenerato. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly or if I can remember it, but, you know, obviously edit and post. But yeah, Tyler Beam, which is a much easier name to remember, absolutely fills in the shoes. He's a really, really good vocalist. Got a nice low growl scream, which I really like. Not quite Will Ramos level, but then again, it's kind of fucking difficult to reach that. Or even Alex Terrible level. God, imagine Alex Terrible and Will Ramos doing a song together. That would be amazing. But Tyler Beam's a really good vocalist. Got a lot of power to his voice. I like the guitar work as well. I like the breakdowns. I do wish there were a few more solos as well, I won't lie. And I do feel like some of the song placements are a bit weird. Like, I feel like some of the more truly epic songs come a bit too early in the album, but still really nicely put together deathcore, and a definitely improvement over the last album where I think the label just boned them, but here, not so much. Next we have Sum 41 and their 8th and final album, Heaven X Hell. Now, people know Sum 41, one of the most legendary Canadian pop-punk bands of the modern era, to also switch to a hardcore, not a hardcore style, a more hard rock style. I'm giving this one an A-. So, I really like the album, right? And I like the choice to have like the first half being sort of subtitled Heaven and having the pop-punk style, and the second half being subtitled Hell and leaning more into the hard rock style that they would adopt later on. What I don't get is why they couldn't have blended the genres a bit better and just made the album, like, I don't know, about 8 songs shorter, because there's 20 songs on the fucking album. There didn't need to be. And some of my favourite parts, weirdly, are from the pop-punk songs that are a bit more heavier. Not Johnny Libertine, wasn't super big on that one, but Bad Mistakes are a really good example, you know. Yeah, both sides have some really good moments, though. Derek Whibley is still a really good vocalist. I think he can do both sides quite well. The standout is still Dave Baksh. Like, his guitar work is fucking phenomenal. I don't think he'll ever get enough credit for how good of a guitarist he is. I think he was always this good even back during his initial run with the pop-punk era Sum 41, you know? Yeah, no, a lot of really good moments. Frank Zummo still a really good drummer, obviously. Good band chemistry. Lyrics a little bit cliche. They do recycle some stuff from older songs as well. Like, there is a phrase in one of the songs which is just recycled from Still Waiting, you know, which is one of their best-known singles. But still, just really good shit by the band, and not the greatest note to call your career out on, but still a really fun one with really good production too. Just the band having fun, you know, just doing whatever the hell they want. It doesn't really feel like a legacy-defining album, it does feel more like an album for fans. But I'm a fan, and I liked enough of it to give it the grade I've given it. So, thank you, Sum 41, for all your hard work, and I hope you enjoy your time off, and I'll look forward to any other projects you end up doing in the future. And, finally, a pretty big one. A band I sort of, kind of love, While She Sleeps, with their new album Self Hell, and I really fucking tried not to be biased about it, and I couldn't help myself, and it gets the highest grade I can give an album, which is an A+. So, first of all, I understand why people don't like this album as much as they did the band's last album, Sleep Society. And the main complaint I've seen is that people say, you know, they don't sound like they did on their first 3 albums, and I'm like, good. You know that's a good thing, right? A band sort of has to kind of change their style, and it doesn't really feel as overblown as I've seen some reviews say it being like, you know, they're just trying to appeal to the mainstream. They're adding synth elements. Oh yeah, because that's not something they did on their previous 2 albums. Oh no, wait, it didn't, it worked. I will admit, for some reason, it doesn't work as well here. There's only 12 songs, and, like, one of those is an intro track, which is fine, but there's also 2 weird synthy ambient tracks, which don't have anything and don't really add anything. And it's weird because this is a thing the band have done before. They did it on Sleep Society and it just worked better on that one for some reason. But fucking hell, I mean, it's the most positive album the band have ever done. Like, the title, Self Hell, just being the shit that you have to get through, and being weirdly uplifting with its themes about depression and anxiety and trying to live with that and doing what they can to provide a good hand in it. And also, To the Flowers might be the most emotionally satisfying song that the band have ever written. The production is still great, really, really clean, but really good focus on the right parts when it matters. Carl Brown, still a fantastic producer, and it was co-produced by the band's lead guitarist Sean Long, who gets more guitar solos. I love that he got more guitar solos in this one. It feels like it's something that they've been doing with each album since You Are We, I guess, but like on this one, it's probably the most solos he's ever gotten. For example, the solos on To the Flowers, on Rainbows, the title track as well. Just really good shit. The solo on Rainbows especially, and on To the Flowers, just proper good. And yeah, not really any bad things I can say about it. I mean, I did sort of bring up a bit with the structuring. It doesn't end on the best song, which is still To the Flowers, but, you know, Radical Attitude, Radical Love is still a really solid closer. And this is still a fucking great album. And I tried so hard not to be biased about it. I think I just might love these guys, even if they made a song with a goat dying as a backing track for a song. I would probably still love them. That's weird, but that's staying in the video. Yeah, I fucking love this band, and you know we've got to praise the love inside of us. And that'll about do it now for the unofficial ranking system. So let's go with, in order, Last 10 Seconds of Life with No Name Graves, Boundaries with Death is a Little More, Chastity Belt with Live Laugh Live, Sum 41 with Heaven X Hell, Brat with Social Grace, and at the top While She Sleeps with Self Help, fucking obviously. Best cover might go to probably Boundaries with Death is a Little More. I just like the weirdly unsettling feeling that the album cover gives me, and it really speaks volumes of what you're going to get within the content of the album as well. Best song is probably To the Flowers by While She Sleeps. I reacted to that thing, and it's still an amazing fucking song, Jesus Christ. But yeah, as always, when it comes to this, go listen to all of these at least once on your own. Figure out and formulate your own opinions, because that's what makes the shit that we do interesting. As what's next from me, though, tomorrow, probably a reaction, one I've actually been given sort of permission to do, which is rare, and that's going to be fun, and then the go-home show for Break Even, so I'm looking forward to doing that as well. And that's really all I can think of to do. Yeah, maybe Friday night and Sunday too. That'll about do it. That's really all I can think of. I've got to arrange my fucking albums for April too, because we're in April. I can't believe we're a third into the year already. A third of the way into the year already. Good God, and we've had some amazing albums already too. But I'll see you all tomorrow for the reaction and for the stream. And as always, thank you for watching. You're awesome. Bye bye.